And they didn't do that in one day. They left that green notice about the airport. See, and some people didn't even get that. So your door-to-door is not effective either.
But they're only doing it because they don't want it.
But you only mentioned
It's to hide it from us so that we can't complain loud enough
the
in
view
time
of
enough.
the tank from Garber.
Right.
You only mentioned the street where there's limited view of the tank. You can still see the tank on Chanute, on Empire Drive, on Terabella and Defoe,
Or even on Pierce Street. You can see it from Pierce Street.
In the report,
You can see it from
doesn't
Van
mention-
Nuys.
The 5 freeway doesn't mention
Road.
118. Only
Yeah.
freeway you guys mentioned is the 210. When those freeways are both have clear pictures of the hillside, and that view is going to be obstructed. So how did your report get around that? That's what I want to know. Like, how did your report, aside from the fact that we weren't properly informed, how did it get around some specifics that should be in there?
The views are all mentioned on
We're
that
going to
poster back there.
have our environmental person at the meeting tomorrow to talk about the process for the environmental, the aesthetics and stuff.
I have to go, but I'm gonna see.
Tomorrow at the airport,
All right.
6 p.m.
Okay, let this gentleman talk, please.
My house is right here.
Next door.
I have 7 grandchildren. I know darn well, they start pulling up that soil, a lot of particulates gonna be coming out of it. The other thing that they don't tell you, when they start doing that construction, we already have a plumbing problem. When they start doing that construction, what's gonna happen is, we are responsible for our property. It's gonna increase the repairs that we have to do with our plumbing. It will definitely cause a situation, because an employee for the DWP, the gentleman that lives in the house, has already informed me. He has problem, all the houses has problems on that cul-de-sac. So, what we have to come out of our pocket with for our own, for the damage done by construction. But the other thing, never the respect for the dignity of the people, the human
Right.
beings. That was never in the study. It's about things.
It wasn't even studied.
And the other thing is like, it's not gonna increase the value of our property.
No, it'll depreciate it.
Gonna decrease.
You know.
How is that going to increase it?
So this is
No, it won't.
actually impacting
It won't
other
increase.
people in the community, and you wouldn't want that. You don't want your property depreciated. You don't, I don't know if you have grandchildren, but you want your grandchildren, the air is already bad. And the wind blows in them across to the high altitude. This is an assault, just like Flint and across the city. What it is assault of people that have most of the power and money can do what they want on people that they feel are disposable.
Right. It was probably just a little harder to confront
And we
the.
could we address the pipe issue? He mentioned the plumbing issue. Okay, there's a current 4-inch distribution pipe in that neighborhood that will be replaced as part of this project if it goes forward with a bigger, newer pipe. And that has nothing to do with recycled water, we just happen to be dovetailing onto that project. So it will go from a 4-inch to an 8-inch, and that provides more reliable water to the neighborhood. That's also part of the project. Yeah, completely separate, but
Even
potable
if it
water,
goes
it's a new
viral in
pipe.
public and if it goes on YouTube,
Listen.
whatever, all I'm saying
I
is,
live on Chanute Street.
you know,
This is my little house right here.
it's, we're trying
Over
to
here, that's
convey
the tank.
to
If we have
consultants
a
and to
place where
convey when you
the
talk.
ground shifts.
That's what you're doing.
You don't know what may happen. If all that water come down,
Then this little bit of time,
They got
we're
killed
talking
a lot
about
of people.
holy time, right, from 2016.
they don't talk about that.
Of course not.
You
If
needed
that is
that
this
time
tank,
before you could compare it to.
if this ain't push
But now it's been presented.
You don't know what time that
We
is
have
going
less
to do.
than a week. We have up to 6 days to come up
So
with, to read 495 pages.
More than that?
What you did.
Garber, Water don't go up the hill.
Exactly.
It's at the neighborhood council, you offered them
You don't
no
know how many-
opportunity to ask
If
questions,
this thing
none,
was-
because you had a slideshow.
It would kill.
All I'm saying is you,
And I know you
Your house
mentioned
is
all those
all
jobs.
gone.
You mentioned all those jobs where there's a lot of tanks around the entire LA area.
A lot of what, I'm sorry.
All those jobs back there on that map.
Yes.
neighborhood council meeting,
And
when you go,
you say that it's made
you
out
have
of
to
metal,
get
but
on the
how many of
agenda.
those tanks are on a hill like Catherine Hill?
me.
With
All of them.
With property
All of
taxes.
them, all of them, that's why I picked them. They all are. I sorted based on that criteria.
Oh, so when you pull those are all.
On hills, by homes. Yes,
Nobody made it.
yes,
In between
The,
two.
the
Yes.
notice that was sent out.
yes,
And the homes
I
that
was
was
going over this. with,
yes, they're on hills.
This notice, there was not one person in a room of 100, not one that understood this, understood this. My own husband put it aside, because he didn't, from what he could see, it meant absolutely nothing, right? Now, how many people are gonna go through and read every page of this once they've actually already hit something that, it's like, what is this? You know, it was intentionally, you have to look at the effect. Yes, it helps CEQA rules or regulations or whoever requires these words in there. Somebody with
I don't
hearing
remember how long ago it was.
understood
Somebody came in this
what they
group
were being
and they said,
notified.
you know, I heard that they're doing something with the golf course. And this and that. We talked about it in this meeting, and then somebody else said, you know what? Let's follow up and call DWP. And then they said, there's no record.
Uh-huh.
And that's what they told us. And now, it's obviously true. And you can't expect us to just sit here and say thank you and not fight about it. And it's really upsetting that DWP, and I mean, you're not the real WP, but you know what? Why did they lie to us? You know, we could have had a conversation about this a long time ago before 6 days.
And I'm only hesitating on that because I'm new to the project, but I believe there was outreach back then, and I'm
No.
taking.
There was
I've been-
Barbara tank
No,
being
nothing-
placed on that hillside.
There was no outreach since I've been the neighborhood watch captain for Hanson Hills, and that was in 2012. And Beverly was there before, and there was no outreach to her. And Alan was there before, and there was no outreach to
I
him.
only want to say this, that, this is kind of more than assault, this is so disrespectful to our community. And the fact that the presentation that you're giving us now, we don't wanna kill the messenger, right? You guys aren't the power brokers, you're the listeners.
Thank you.
But
for
here's the
recognizing.
issue for us, is that while we have 6 days to respond to how we feel about this, they're buying permits. I mean, they're getting the permits.
Right.
The train
We've been
is left
moving
the
forward.
station, and you guys need to be honest with us. We're here and we're just getting our pressures up and everything, and Connie's asked, okay, what can we do to halt it?
Right.
You should be honest and say we can't do anything.
Right. I think that's the
It's
real
already
honest
like a
truth
third of-
at this
That's the
point.
honest thing, and
Um,
all we can do
We can get an injunction.
is go a
We
legal
can,
way.
we can
But-
go a legal route and get
I
an
think that-
injunction.
Honestly, I think that the best thing is to do those comments through the CEQA process. And I know it sounds like I'm putting you off, I'll put it in writing
Yes.
and put in the thing. But that's this is by law, what we have to do. We have to take these comments and stuff, and I can assure you that when the board looks at these things, they look at those comments and they look at what the community
What's happening
is.
here is part of the compliance calendar, that you have to have recorded, that you had this conversation with us.
Thank you.
That's all.
That's all it is.
It just
Right.
goes as a check off on your document.
That's all it
But
is.
by the time the people who look at our comments or whatever, if you have a meeting
won't
the
see it.
first and third week of whatever,
They won't
it's too
see it.
late. Our
It'll be
deadline is
far too
Monday,
late, yeah.
and the whole process.
But that's just for the comments, just to
Yes,
put
but
your comments.
that's
But you
just
can
for.
still come
Yes, but for
and
what?
voice a comment in
For
person.
what? Just for the
They
document for
do listen.
compliance?
They
It's only
listen.
for compliance, for your calendar.
Well, you know,
Exactly. It's only.
but actually, yeah, let's not kill the messengers.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I actually really appreciate your being honest and you're bringing this to us.
Mentioning
You,
it,
you have to
just assuring
understand
you.
some of us will want to beat you up only because you're the only person here from
You care about your
DWP.
community.
Yeah.
I live right in the corner of Bernadette and New Haven, and I saw the map of where you guys are gonna be doing construction and digging on the floor when it's raining season, the front of my house turns into a river. So what are the risks of sinkholes?
Of sinkholes, it's
that's a street services, that's a street services
I would
question.
put that comment in there, but I'll talk to the pipeline
So
construction
basically,
people.
I'm one of two neighbors that are right on the corner of Bernadette and New Haven. And when it rains, it's like
Let's talk about a
half the
slope I
street
noticed, yeah.
is full, it's a river. So if you guys are breaking the ground there, all that water is gonna go in there, it's gonna sink. Is there your email?
Well, I mean, they played it off, they can't leave it open, so they played it off when they're not working in it, and they will.
That's true. You can't stop it. You have to
When it comes down
tar
to
over
to hit
it.
my house, what am I gonna say? Oh, it was plated off? So where in this report, if you could point it out to me, does it talk about other events or construction that's slated for this neighborhood? Because all three of those high-speed rail routes are coming through Pacoima. So can you imagine the vibration from that on this tank? It don't have nothing to do with it, but when they're saying the vibration of that can be felt from here all the way to Van Nuys, California, you don't think that tank is gonna feel it?
For a rail, I'm sorry, I don't think I'm understanding, for a railroad?
Money has been slated for a high-speed rail. 3 of the routes run through Pacoima, California. So one of those 3 routes is the route they're gonna be choosing. How is that high-speed rail going 90 to 120 miles an hour going to affect a 1-million-gallon water tank up on a hill?
For stability.
Okay, the site was evaluated for stability, and all I can offer is.
Okay, but you guys should have also evaluated plans that are already slated for a community.
All I can offer is get some.
Right? Is that not part of the EIR?
But it wasn't. They did not
Okay,
evaluate.
but I want to hear that it is, because I know it is. And these are the experts. So when you slate a project for a community, are you not, according to your environmental report, supposed to look at projects already slated for that community?
The environmental person.
To be honest, and I expressed this to Connie, this is just a short group that you have in front of you. Obviously, we have a team of folks who are.
But you guys are experts and nobody knows about an EIR
No,
report?
I'm not an expert in that.
Can they come tomorrow night?
Will an expert be tomorrow night?
We did.
Why would they put you in a situation and send you to a meeting where you guys don't have all the information and make you guys look, I'm sorry, like fools?
Would it have been better had we not come at all?
It would have been better to have somebody that can answer the question.
Well, tomorrow night,
also-
they
I
say
also
they'll have an
wanna know
environmental
if-
expert.
So that land where the house is was slated for a single-family dwelling. What kind of zoning permit had to be pulled to now change that single-family dwelling, tear it down, and make a road?
They put a variance on it.
So can I put a restaurant in my house then?
You can you pull a zoning permit, get it changed, you can do it.
If they put a tag, why can't I put a restaurant?
The meeting tomorrow is at
Are any of
6
you gonna be there tomorrow?
at 10,000 Air Park Way.
Okay, can someone make sure that those 2 questions are addressed? What kind of zoning permit needed to be pulled to change, to tear down that house and put a road there? Because that area was slated for residential. And, the other question that I just asked. Thank you. And any other projects slated? I mean, they're putting a light rail down Van Nuys Boulevard as a talk, already
Right.
in the works. So how is that going to affect this tank also?
And also, by the way, I believe on all zoning residence variances, they're supposed to send notices out to all the properties
Which we did
surrounding
not
it within a
receive.
certain number of feet. And then they can comment, and if they all disagree, I don't think the zoning is
And
permitted.
if someone could also talk about the,